Hello and welcome to Real Person Yoga. I am Janelle, host of this page, and it is so great to have you with me for a wonderful yoga class. Today we're going to be focusing on just relaxing, feeling a bit of a stretch, and kind of getting out any of that fuzz feeling that exists kind of in our fascia, and then also just work on a couple other things. So let's just go with the flow. Start in a nice seated position. So whatever that looks like for you, but just maybe removing any flesh away from your sits bone. So really tight, sitting quite high. Feel free to grab a block or a pillow or a bolster and prop up in any way that you might need. But the goal is not to be hunching forward and sitting like this, but to be grounding down, getting a little bit taller, opening up this collarbone space, and then think of your crown of your head just coming up another millimeter. And so rolling shoulders up, back, and down. Place your hands on your knees, so either palms facing down or up, whichever you prefer. And let's just bring some attention to the breath. If you feel comfortable, go ahead and just close your eyes as we notice the inhale and the exhale. Don't try to change it just yet, but just notice where it's at. Deepening it slightly, maybe counting to 4, 5, 6, and sending the breath deep into our diaphragm, trying to fill up the lowest part first, suppressing that belly out. Inhaling to the lowest part of our lungs, the middle, the upper, even the throat, and then exhaling from the top, releasing all of that from the upper lungs, lower lungs, and right into the diaphragm, feeling that suck in. And then inhaling, expanding out, filling up those lungs, exhaling, releasing. Working with your own rate of your own breath. If the count isn't serving you, just completely release that or continue to count on, maybe adding an extra breath or count in there. So holding for 5, 7, 10. Really focusing on this moment and the breath. Excellent. Fluttering the eyes open. And bring your hands up in front of you about halfway. We're going to scoop the left hand underneath the right hand, coming into eagle arms. And so if you just want to give yourself a nice big hug, bring your elbows up. Or if you want more, feeling more into the shoulders, keeping them back, bring your arms together and start to interlace them. Or if you still want more, go for the bind, linking the hands together, but keeping those elbows up here. That is what we're looking for. And of course, trying to create space through those shoulders. On your inhale, look up, reach up, maybe even just a little back bend. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, look up, reach up. Exhale, bringing it down. Working with the rate of your own breath and coming as high or as low as you want. If you just want to move your arms up and down, that is a-okay. Or if you want to just a nice big sweeping motion and coming all the way down, let that just feel wonderful for you today. Inhaling, looking up, reaching up, down. Inhaling up one more time. Exhaling down. And inhaling up to neutral, releasing the arms, stretching out wide, and taking the right hand, scooping it under the left, and either holding, or if you're wanting more, interlacing the arms, or even more still, linking in with that bind in the hands. And inhaling up, reaching up, exhaling down. Or if you're wanting more, get the full back involved. Inhaling up. Not curling into your shoulders, but feeling the stretch all the way through. And if at any point your shoulders are just killing you, you can always release the bind. Coming down to another level. Releasing the hands. Still engaging all of those shoulder and back muscles. Feeling the back get nice and warm on your next inhale. Coming up. Taking one more going down. And releasing, stretching out. Bring your hands back to neutral, rolling the shoulders up, back, and down, and getting into the side body a little bit. So we're going to climb the yoga ladder. So reaching one hand up and pulling down, doing it with some resistance, thinking that you're pulling through honey or molasses, and then reaching. If you just want to do little reaches or really extending into the side, ever you're feeling great today. Adding space to those intercostal muscles, the rib muscles, reaching up nice and tall. Inhale up. Oh yeah, feeling great, doing wonderful. Absolutely loving this. Grabbing a couple more. And bring down. Now coming into a forward fold, we aren't trying to just curl into it, but think tilting from the hips coming forward. So engaging a nice tall back and coming forward, maybe resting your elbows on your knees or coming forward, touching your hands to the ground or coming forward, bringing your elbows down, releasing the neck and looking down, tucking that chin, or even collapsing all the way down, feeling that beautiful stretch, but trying to keep that back nice and straight, just feeling the vertebrae have a little natural traction as you're lengthening through this pose. Inhaling deep into the belly and exhaling. Then go ahead and relax into that, tucking the chin and crawling over to the left side. Feeling that little bit of a stretch through your right side body. Coming back to center. And then crawling over to the right side. Coming as far as you want, but just enjoying the little bit of a stretch that happens. Adding some diversity to our forward fold. Coming back to center. Walking the hands back in if they were down. Coming up, sitting nice and straight. Now, take the leg that is in front or on top and switch it with the back leg. Readjust as you need to pull any flesh away. Sitting up nice and tall and feeling how that side feels a little bit different than the first side. Propping up however you might need with blocks, because we're going to be on this side again for just a moment. So if you need to sit on a block, go right ahead. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Sweep the arms up on your inhale. Exhale, drop right hand down and come to the right. Feeling the stretch coming all the way through the left, keeping your left hip rooted down. If you came up, you're trying to go too far down. So just bring that back up. Keep the integrity of the pose. Root that down and then stretch from the hip. And think coming right from the bottom, then stretching all the way up. If you want more, go ahead and place your hand down. Maybe crawl your fingers out. If you want more, come onto your elbow. And if you want more still, just really reach for the ground, but open up that left shoulder, looking up under your arm. Inhaling here. And on your next inhale, walking yourself back up and switching to the other side. If this is your side bend, That is absolutely beautiful and embrace it. But if you're looking for more, go ahead and drop your hand down, keeping that right shoulder open, coming down onto your elbow, and keeping that right tailbone planted down. Again, if you need a block or a prop, just really enjoy this on this side here. And on your next inhale, coming up, interlace the fingers, flip the wrists, stretch up nice and tall, looking up. Exhale, coming down and working with the neck now. So always being very careful with the neck. We never want pain as a sensation, but just looking for that edge. So the yoga edge isn't how much pain you can endure and for how long. It's that sweet spot of challenge, but not quite pain. And so being aware of that as we are moving here. So sitting up nice and tall, drop the head down to the left, keeping your shoulder down. If your shoulder came up to try to connect with the ear, just place that back down. Feeling the stretch through the right side. If you're looking for more, walk your fingertips out. If you're looking for more still, bring the left hand up on top of the head, not pushing down, but just adding a little bit of weight to the top of the head. And if you're still not feeling anything, maybe adjusting your gaze downward or upward, playing around with it safely, just to feel that sweet spot. Stretching into the neck. Inhale, head and arms up, and switch to the other side. So dropping the head down to the right shoulder, but keeping that shoulder blade down. Walking those fingertips out. Or bringing the right hand to the top of the head. And then adjusting the gaze up and down. Feeling that beautiful stretch in the neck. Absolutely wonderful. Oh, this is so good. On your next inhale, releasing and looking to the left. If your right shoulder came with you, bring that back. Just again, feeling the stretch to the right side, but in a different way. Inhaling here. Exhaling deeply. And then on your next inhale, come back to neutral and look to the right. So now that we have our shoulders and back all nice and warmed up, coming back to center, clear off any props that you might need or have used, but keeping them handy. We're going to roll down onto our backs. Planting the feet on the ground underneath the knees or close to as possible. Tucking the shoulder blades under and tucking the chin slightly to have a nice long back of the neck. So we don't want to be hunching like this, and we don't want to be collapsing our throat, but just keeping everything nice and long and neutral. Bring the feet up to a 90 degrees. If it is more comfortable for you to sit on your hands or to prop up your tailbone, I know that that is a lot more comfortable for a lot of people. Go ahead and do that. And then we're going to do just some gentle toe taps. Starting, engaging the core, starting to add some fire there, improving our digestive system. If you're looking for more, go a little bit farther with your taps, maybe do some heel taps. If you're looking for more, you can engage your arms. And as you're tapping one, drawing the arms back, or using your brain and trying to do opposite arm, opposite leg. A little brain yoga for you. If you want more still, you can change this into a full leg lift. I need that tailbone support here. Or doing the leg lifts with the arms. And if you still want more, You can add a little hop to the hips at the top. All of it is which is using the core, warming things up. The core is the center of our body. It is where we get our balance and strength from. We use it in pretty much every yoga pose. So having a nice strong core is very important, but also a work in progress. Coming in for a couple more. Having that blood flowing, bringing new oxygen to all of your core muscles. And coming down, dropping the feet for just a moment, then tucking them in, giving yourself a nice hug, saying good job for all of that work. Rolling from side to side, giving yourself a little lower back massage. And then bring your knees into little itty bitty knee circles. Coming all the way around. It's okay if you lift up here. Just feeling that massage maybe into the sides, your hips. If you want more, release the hands. Get back into that core. If you want more, start to raise the feet up. And if you want more still, straighten the legs. Come into nice big circles. Thinking about getting them bigger and bigger. And then smaller and smaller. Bringing them back in, rolling around. Until they're just itty bitty circles. Stop and go the other way. So whether you want your hands on your knees for that extra bit of support, or releasing the knees, getting more into that core. And remembering to breathe. Breathing is very important, gives that oxygen to that blood flow, and feeds all of our muscles with those nutrients we need. Coming in, making them smaller and smaller. Then hugging the knees in nice and tight. Maybe bring forehead to knees. Dropping the neck down. And dropping the feet back down to the earth. Tucking those shoulder blades under. Oh, there they popped up. During our shoulder rolls. Taking your right ankle and placing it on your left knee. Threading the needle to feel a wonderful stretch. So if this is all you need today and you're really feeling your hips screaming, maybe back off. You can do this cross-legged as well. Or if you're looking for more, just press gently into that right knee. Or if you're looking for more still, reach your hands to the nice little hole that's here, grabbing either the knee or the back of the leg. If you're looking for more, bring the knee closer to the chest, maybe even grabbing the shins, or if you can reach it, going for the foot. Finding that edge, that beautiful stretch, tucking the chin, and relaxing into this. Feel that opening up in that right hip. Play around with either flexing the feet, pointing them down, to see how that changes it for you. Wonderful. See if you can go 1 millimeter deeper. Just feel that just a little bit more. Again, avoiding pain, but just looking for that edge. As our muscles start to relax, our brains release a chemical that just relaxes the entire body and feels great. It usually takes about 30 seconds for our muscles to release that. Communicate with the brain. Flexing or pointing the feet. And dropping the left leg down, uncrossing the legs, bringing the left over the right, and either pushing the leg down here, reaching through for the leg, thread the needle, Bringing the knee even closer forward, maybe even grabbing the calf, or reaching for the foot, but just feeling it in that left side. And again, avoiding pain. And relaxing into this side. Maybe rolling the toes back and forth, pointing the whole ankle, coming in just a little bit deeper into the pose. Even 1 millimeter. Small victories are still wonderful victories. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the forehead. And enjoy. Dropping the feet down, uncrossing the legs. Bring the feet in and coming into your favorite twist. If you don't have a favorite twist yet, just raise the knees up slightly and then drop them down. I'm starting with the left side, but do whatever side pleases you. We will do both. If you need a prop or a block here to rest your knees on, go right ahead, trying to keep that right shoulder down and either looking straight up or changing your gaze over to the right or the opposite directions that your knees are falling in. If you're looking for more, bringing a hand to the top of the knee, holding it down, or more so removing any props, or more so really turning into that twist and playing around with the arm that's on the ground. So whether you want it tucked in close to the body, or if you're looking for more, bringing it into a T position, or more still cactusing the arm up above you, facing the palm upward. Again, not trying to do more than you need to, but just having integrity in the pose and feeling the twist. Twists are wonderful because they realign the spine. They get all the bad mojo out of our intestines, kind of like wringing out a sponge, and then making way for fresh blood with clean oxygen and nutrients to feed everything again. It's really quite wonderful, the science behind twists. All right, bringing the gaze back to center, releasing the legs, bringing them up, and dropping them down to the other side. Again, propping however you need to. Bringing your hand on top of your knees to maybe add some more into that twist. Having your other arm extending outward, maybe to a T position or cactus arm, and then changing the glance to that direction. Inhaling deeply, exhaling. Going for a millimeter more, but keeping that shoulder planted firmly on the ground. Twisting from the spine. Relaxing the jaw and the forehead. Feeling great in this. Inhaling, looking up, protecting that neck. Bringing the knees back up to center and plant the feet down firmly into the ground. Roll onto your shoulders, trying to get onto that space. Your shoulders are actually very large. And so if you're keeping them up, you're only using just that shoulder blade area. But get those shoulders down, tuck them under, and feel how much more you have. Now tuck the chin in slightly, making your neck nice and long, and then press into your feet. When you do that, your hips will automatically lift right up. And feeling that there, don't let your knees flail out. We need to protect our knees, so tracking them over the feet, pressing in a little bit firmer, feeling yourself going up even more. If you're looking for more, clasp the hands underneath. And if you're looking for more still, maybe reach for the heels or the ankles. And then for even more, press up even higher, keeping all 4 corners of your feet planted down, feeling that power. You need to root down to rise up. Exhale, release, coming down from the top, one vertebrae at a time, uncurling slowly. Enjoying that beautiful stretch. Taking one breath here. And on your next inhale, powering up those feet, lifting up off the ground one more time, clasping underneath, or keeping your hands firm on the ground, tracking your knees over top. And now roll into your tippy toes. Lift your heels up off the ground, maybe even walk them in a little bit. Feel how that totally changed the stretch. We're now working with our quads and feeling the burn there. Releasing back down, and then take your toes up off the ground, coming into your heels. So pressing deep into your heels. Now we're engaging our glutes and our back body a little bit more. How neat to play around with that. So go back into your toes, pressing up, feeling the quads, releasing down, feeling the heels. Yeah, we're still holding those hips up. So press in, get a little bit more height, and release coming down. One vertebrae at a time. Great work on that one there. Releasing the shoulders. We're going to go up one more time just because I think it's going to be fun. I want to show you one more variation that we can do. Just if you're really looking for strength, this is an option to build up to. So pressing down into your feet, all four corners of your feet, getting your hips nice and high. Coming into your toes, coming back down into your heels like we did last time, and then play around with lifting a leg. Bring that foot back down to the ground and lift the other side to keep it balanced, and then get those hips up even higher. Pressing down into your leg, into your foot, and coming back down, uncurling, untucking those shoulder blades, coming down. Enjoying that sweet feeling of all that hard work we did. Roll the knees in, maybe lift the head up, go from side to side, and press into your hands. So add some resistance here. So pressing into your hands and releasing. This will help reset the spine. One more time, pressing in and releasing down, relaxing. And if there's anything else that you want in the specific practice, go ahead and take that now. Otherwise, maybe go for a happy baby or anything else. But I always want to leave a couple of moments for you to make sure you're feeling fulfilled. Call it freestyle time. So whatever you're looking for, happy baby, if you're not sure, is just bring the knees in. And to be honest, this can be happy baby. Bring them towards your armpits, thinking of a baby, firstborn, laying on its back, or reaching for the feet, kicking them up, bringing them down, going for that beautiful L shape, rolling from side to side. And then if you want more here, even kicking the feet out. As you can see, my arms are at their max for length, but I've got all this leg. So if you really want it, you can readjust, stretching the legs out, or even hanging onto the toes or grabbing a strap to do that. If that's what you're looking for. And then when you're ready, bringing the legs down and getting into a nice, comfortable laying position for our Shavasana. Inhaling and breathing and relaxing the body. Today we're just going to do a nice body scan for Shavasana. Inhaling deeply, feeling the belly rise, thinking about that breath this morning or at the beginning of class. Exhaling completely, getting rid of all that old stale air. Inhaling again and breathing at your own rate. Let the feet fall open. Curl the toes in, squeezing them, and then relax them. Thanking your feet for the journeys they take you on. Being so adaptive. Predicting the future, our feet actually move and adjust. to take one step after the next. They are the only thing that I think can do that, which I think is incredible. So relaxing our feet, our ankles, our calves, and our knees and our thighs. Maybe giving them a little squeeze, engaging some tension, and then relaxing completely and fully. How do your hips feel? How is your low back? If there's any pain, sending the breath there, the intention of healing there, of release, restoring, relaxing the mid body and the shoulders, opening them up, releasing the hands, letting the fingers curl in ever so slightly, being completely neutral, releasing the jaw, letting the tongue rest softly at the roof of the mouth, not pressing in, but just a nice neutral position. Release the forehead and the eyebrows. Relax the ears and the earlobes. Relaxing any part of your body that might still have tension in it. Breathing deeply and savoring this moment. Thanking yourself for a wonderful yoga practice. Inhale and bring some awareness back to the body. Wiggling fingertips, feet. And rolling over onto your favorite side. Taking a nice breath here. And when you're ready, coming up to seated. Sitting up nice and tall. And I just want to thank you for joining me on this yoga practice and in this journey today. I hope you're feeling so much better. And thank you again for subscribing through Patreon. Thank you, Patreon, for existing and making it possible for us creative types to get our material out there, and rewarding all the hard work we do. And so thank you. Have a great rest of your day or evening, and I look forward to seeing you again. Be blessed.